What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Game number 4 here between Grubby and the little one, and right now the little one is up 2-1, so Grubby behind, needing to come back in this series, hopefully winning this game to tie it up. If not, he'll still have some more opportunities because this is, of course, a best of 7. Alright, so yes, game number 4. This time we are here on Metalopolis. We can see Grubby here as our green Protoss player spawning in the 9 o'clock position, and right over here in the 3 o'clock is the little one as our red Terran player. Alrighty, so been a pretty interesting series so far. I am actually going to apologize too right off the bat here because this is delayed, and basically the issue was my internet crapped out, and unfortunately because of that, well, I wasn't able to record and basically I wasn't able to get the replays to record, and obviously wasn't able to post them as well. So that has just gone up this morning, so I will be recording the rest of the series, getting this out to you, and then working on today's videos as well. Alright, so the little one going with that depot right next to that command center. If this is something you aren't currently aware of, you might say, why is he doing this? Why is he placing it here? What is going on? Basically, just trying to get as close to the mineral patch as possible without impeding on the actual gathering while he was building it. And the idea behind that is that the less time you spend running like to the front or anywhere over here or something like that, the more time that SCV is actually doing some mining. We can see twitching out some of those SCVs too, trying to get the double on those closest mineral patches. You can see all of these really close mineral patches, all the ones selected right now, are, you know, the ones that have double SCVs on them, and that's basically TLO forced that to happen by forcing those SCVs to get in sync with each other, and this provides a little bit of a better yield of resources. Wonder if Grubby actually did the same thing over here. Doesn't appear to be the case. Well, everything except this one is doubly saturated. Actually, there we go. That one should be getting doubly saturated now as well. So yeah, obviously Grubby also knows what he's doing. Right back over here, we can see Grubby Gateway coming through. We should be seeing that Siren X core in just one moment. Now sitting with just the one assimilator. Back over here, we do have a scout coming through for Grubby, moving right into the little one's base. Now we can see the little one does have that one refinery up, so far looking to play fairly standard. Nothing too funny going on quite as of yet. That Marine's about to pop out. Don't think he's going to be able to get any shots off, though. Grubby pulling away just in time. He should be hiding the probe, most likely, and getting prepared to move it in for a secondary scout at some point in the future. Back over here, TLO scouting out Grubby's base. We can see actually just the one assimilator, and wow, pulling guys off the gas. He's just got one gather, and there we go, actually trying to saturate that before the little one scouts it out, but I think he didn't see that go. He didn't see that taking place, so very interesting there by Grubby, pulling guys off the gas to get those extra minerals. I'm guessing he's playing on a fast expand, and there it is. So that was the sole purpose, pulling guys off the gas to get those extra minerals, to get this expansion out a little bit faster. Now let's see how the little one decides to respond. He was deciding actually going right off the bat for the 1 racks into expand himself. So luckily for Grubby, he's not going to be seeing any sort of crazy aggression. I mean, obviously he did scout out, so he didn't know what was going on because he did have that scout inside of the little one's base, but still really could have been a little risky because, you know, the little one could have just thrown down 2 more racks instead of expanded and then tried to push out against this. But as we can see, again, the little one himself did drop that expansion, so both players going for the expo. Grubby transferring from that 1-gate expand into a 3-gate, and then probably getting a robo immediately after that. Now we have that Reaper scout moving on in. Let's see if he can do much damage at all. He's got a great opportunity right now because that Stalker's out of the main base. So here we go, trying to target fire down a few. Some good micro from Grubby though, pulling back those injured ones. And there we go, he gets 1 kill. So the Reaper sitting with 1, but he's going to be getting chased down now by the Stalker as well as those probes, and that threat is taken care of. Back over here in the main base of the little one, he does have a 2nd racks just about finished, coming out with the stim pack research, also churning out a few marauders, and he's got this bunker up front for some early defense because the 3 racks push could still be a little bit dangerous here, so he wants to get that extra security, especially since right now he is just on those 2 racks. Looks like we're seeing a 2nd tech lab come out over here on that 2nd racks as well. Orbital command coming on through for that command center. Alright, back over here for Grubby. Grubby again got those 3 gates, transferring them into warp gates right now. It does have 2 stalkers sitting at the front there, working on saturation at his expansion. And let's see if he does decide to push out. He just did warp in 2 zealots and a sentry, and another warping or 2. He could try to push out and, you know, at least test the waters, try to do a little bit of damage. That's certainly a definitely worthwhile tactic. There's no reason to fully commit, but if you can see what you can do and quite possibly even break them in the meantime, might as well give it a shot, basically. Grubby moving on forward with that probe scale. Looks like he will be grabbing that Zelnaga tower and then just situating himself there for a moment. No, now pulling back down. Is he dropping a pylon? There we go, proxy pylon. So here does come the aggression from Grubby. Grubby will be moving out with this 3-gate aggression. Looks like he's holding off on the robo for this very reason. He wants to push and see if he can do a little bit of damage. A nicely situated second bunker there by the little one. He's got full coverage of his entire expansion here. No matter which direction Grubby hits from, he will have a bunker covering it. There we go, with those concussive shells taking out that probe before he can push back. Grubby still might be committing to this. Yes, he is coming out with a few zealots, so he is going to see what he can do in terms of damage. We do have a third Rax coming on through here for the little one, also working out his Ghost Academy, and here comes the attempted push right now. Try to do a little bit of damage to that bunker, but then pushing back before he took any return fire from the little one. Let's see if Grubby decides to commit to this. I mean, he might try to go in and actually try to break these bunkers. I would like to see him with a couple more sentries if he's going to attempt that, though, to prevent the repair. But actually, no. Looks like he will be pushing back home, setting one stalker to the Zelnaga tower. Should be sending another unit to this tower as well, and then be walking right on back home. Actually, he doesn't even really necessarily need this tower. Taking a look at his vision, you can see he's got a pretty good idea of no matter what direction the little one moves from. The only danger is if he happened to sneak his units over here, but it doesn't look like that is happening, and I did just see something rallied over there. Looks like that was a probe, so he's sending a probe right on over into this direction. Back over here inside the main base for the little one, another Rax coming out. That Ghost Academy is up. We've got one Ghost just about finished, one Ghost already in play. We might be seeing a timing push here from the little one, get enough energy to get some EMPs down, and then try to push against Grubby. Grubby is moving on into his third right now. Fortunately, thus far, not a whole ton of action in this game. I think we might be seeing a proxy pylon back here to spot the little one's third expansion whenever that comes out. And yes, we are, in fact. So here's that proxy pylon. And if we see the little one expand at any point in the near future, that will get spotted. We've got a fanning out here of the little one's units, trying to check for any proxies or any rogue probes that may be still on the map. And here's a free kill for the little one of that pylon. Looks like the stalker did manage to make it back and home. But here comes that push right now from the little one. He has got the stim pack, of course, and he's got these two Ghosts saving up enough energy to get some clutch EMPs down. So let's see how this next engagement goes. Grubby really needs to make sure that he protects this expansion. He may actually be forced to cancel it. He's in no position right now to defend that. There's a scan going down on the Nexus. So here comes a push stim pack, realizing there are no units to defend it. He's going to force this cancel. It looks like, oh no, Grubby's going to be forced to cancel this. He's got no chance to defend it. And there we go, canceling the Nexus. That was actually really big for the little one. Congratulations, sir. Back over here, the little one does have his own third up and getting ready to build that. Looks like he had some Marauders and Marines rallied over to this position, but after forcing that cancel, he's pretty comfortable to just push back. Sitting with one Marauder here, and this, of course, will be used to delay the next attempted expansion for Grubby. Really surprised that Grubby didn't respond at all. In fact, he's looking a little comatose or something. I'm not sure what he's doing. I didn't see any pressure or anything as a counterattack from him. It doesn't look like any damage was dealt in the main. I don't believe I missed anything. It was just, you know, Grubby just didn't move to defend himself. That's actually really unfortunate. I'm not entirely certain what was going on. Maybe he was distracted at home. Maybe his mom told him to take out the trash. I don't know. I can't possibly know these things. I am just speculating. We do have Grubby moving out right now with a small force, not the entirety of his force. He's got some guys sitting idly over here. What's going on over here? We got one Zealot trying to chase down a Marauder. This is not going to happen. Those stim pack plus concussive shells making that impossible for the Zealot. So the Zealot is dead. Stalker not doing anything. I am not liking these idle units we've been seeing here from Grubby. Grubby needs to start whipping some ass over here if at all possible. But yeah, the little one, tremendous job there taking out and rather forcing the cancel of that Nexus. Unfortunately, I mean, in all honesty, Grubby with his units positioned here, even if he had responded, he would have not been able to save that. The Nexus was dead anyway, so maybe that's why he decided to just save his units, keep them back in his base, and not even bother responding. We do have this proxy pylon, and here comes that attempted expansion. If we could see a warp in of a Zealot, situate him right here, that would delay it a little bit. Actually, no, here we go. The unit's pushing forward. Looks like he has finally spotted that. We do have one Zealot coming in. He will be delaying the building of this refinery, but not much else, because here are the rest of the forces of the little one. So the little one taking out that Zealot without issue. Couple of turrets going down to try to stop any observers from spotting out that expansion, try to take them out if at all possible. Though he does look safe in this position right here. Don't believe, yeah, he's not spotted at all. Grubby moving out right now, making a transition into Colossus. He does not have blink or charge upgrades, just pushing out with these typical gateway units. No big upgrades for them. We do have that Twilight Council coming out, also the Thermal Lance for those Colossus. Very nice placement. That actually wasn't a turret. Wow, that was a sensor tower. Very, very nice there for the little one. That'll allow him to spot any of this oncoming aggression whenever Grubby does decide to push. Grubby finally has that third up and saturated right now. We got a pylon situated over here to try to warp into this position if we do see some aggression, possibly mid to late game DT as well. Unfortunately, this Zealot is a goner right now. He stands no chance. Cornered right there at the Zelnaga and taken out without issue. I believe we lost a Zealot over here as well. So yeah, Grubby needs to move into some of this higher tech, be it charge upgrade. There we go, charge upgrade and that Thermal Lance for that Colossus. It looks like that is just about finished right now. We should be seeing, yes, there is another Colossus coming out as well. Looks like we're going to see a push right now, dropping up in the main with the little one's forces. Also, little one should be pushing out against his third at the same time. Two-pronged attacks, so very effective. I'm not sure how much damage he ended up doing, but he's lifting off and pulling back right now with his forces. A couple guys sitting over here, so hopefully he grabs those up as well. And here we go, the little one pushing with this small little force. He is actually just checking that fourth right now. We got a little defense position over here for Grubby, bringing a few of his units to try to defend if that push does end up happening over here in this direction. Another pylon being dropped over here, but that will get quickly taken out. Grubby, I believe, managed to cancel that over there. And here we go, trying to push from both sides. He's got to be a little careful, though. There's a very strong force over here for Grubby, realizing he's a bit outnumbered, deciding not to engage over there, and tempting to engage over here as well. He did a... No, that's not damage. Never mind. That's just a pylon that's being warped in right now. So yeah, a little tense situation between these two players. Neither of them actually fully committing to either engagement, be it here in Grubby's main or at Grubby's third. The little one decided not to fully push with his units. He's actually going to be waiting until he gets a bit more. We get a few more racks situated over here. We do have a second Star Pro coming through for those double medevacs and actually making that transition into those double Vikings to deal with those Colossus, and the little one getting ready to move into his fourth over here as well. Very, very nice indeed. And ooh, what happened over there? I think that must have just been a scouting unit that did get taken out. We have a probe attempting to move over in this direction, but the little one sitting comfortably with map control right now. We do have an observer moving out, and a Colossus trying to get a couple shots off, but a little worried about that large force. We'll be pushing back. We've got a couple stalkers, and actually here comes the rest of the force of Grubby. Grubby is looking to engage at the same time. We got a flank coming over here from the little one. Little one needs to be careful, though. His main forces have actually pulled back away from this, and oh no, force field losing a few of those Marines and Marauders, a couple of them stimming away back to the rest of the force, to the protection of the bulk of the army over there. We do have little one preparing for that transition into that fourth expansion, and also Grubby trying to move into that high yield. That's a very risky position, especially if some drops over here. We'll see how well he is able to defend it, taking out that missile turret, and we got a tentative engagement right now. It's finally going to happen. 17 minutes in the game, and here comes that first engagement. EMP is going down, and actually Grubby is retreating right now. TLO in hot pursuit, trying to chase down Grubby's units, scanning just to check what he's got going on over here. Some additional force fields, though, that will keep TLO at bay, at least for the moment. Couple of ghosts sitting up front right now, and this is actually a little scary for the for Grubby's expansion. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold against any pressure that the little one may actually come through with. Scouting forward with that Marine as well as these two medevacs, will be forced to push back with that. We got a small force moving in this direction right now, trying to push over here. At the same time, here comes a big engagement right now. We had an EMP go down over here. Does he have enough forces, though, to take care of all of Grubby's Colossus? We do have one more Viking left. There are still two Colossus in play, though, and the little one getting mopped up. However, the little one hitting from the other side with his bio was able to take out that high yield expansion. So even though he ended up losing the bulk of his army to what Grubby had, with that flanking army, he was able to take out that high yield, and that was huge. Little one needs to reinforce right now because he does have a counter push coming out from Grubby. Actually, no, Grubby not doing that quite yet. First taking out that turret, then grabbing the tower, and Grubby does need to return some damage. A little distracted by that huge engagement. The little one had held off on dropping this expo, but finally, here it comes right now, and Grubby, realizing that he does need to do something, is pushing out. Looks like he is priming himself to try to hit that third and or fourth expansion. We also got two more potential expansions for the little one. We'll be probably moving, of course, into that high yield and then as well over here. But here we go. Here's the counterattack from Grubby. Grubby trying to delay and or take out this expansion. Is he going to grab this orbital? I think he will. If he can force that burning, that would be really good. We got some Stim Marines and Mirage moving out from the top, though. The Colossus is in danger to those two Vikings. They get target fire down and the burning orbital command. And let's see if the little one manages to repair that in time. The little one with the Stim Marines and Marauders did manage to push back and take out that Colossus as well. That was huge, but he managed to push back the forces. We still have this burning, but there we go. 1 SCV will repair that. Probably not to full health, but at least to the yellow or orange portion of that health bar, and that should be enough for him. Other two expansions changing themselves into orbital commands right now. Grubby just about finished with that high yield expansion. The fact that he was able to delay that is certainly helpful to him, although would have liked a little bit more than just a delay. There's a scan going down at what would be Grubby's 4th over here, but as we can see, Grubby is sticking to that high yield, at least for now. Back over here, there we go, repairing that. He wants to get it just enough so that it's not burning. No reason to repair it all the way because, of course, those are wasted resources, and you can see, obviously, these players having such fantastic macro, keeping their resources low even 20 minutes into the game and trying to keep their army count nice and high as possible. At least the little one getting ready for another engagement right now and dropping the scan. He's just been dead on with these scans, checking for these possible engagements from Grubby, so being fully aware of what's going on. We got a drop going on over here. Small little task force, and that will force that cancel. Very, very big there by the little one. Fantastic work, fully taking advantage of the mobility of this bio army. We've got Stalkers. They do have Blink, but they're not actually bothering to engage for fear. Oh, there we go. Blinking forward, taking out one medevac. Wants to pull back right now. There we go. The Colossus moving forward, taking out the rest of the army. While the army is out of position, though, we got another push coming from the little one. Now, Grubby has spotted that with the Observer, but is it going to be in time? He's going to be trying to snipe down this Nexus and then pull back. Let's see if he manages to do it. Dropping an EMP, taking out the energy for it, but not enough forces to be able to take that out before Grubby was able to pull down. We've got some charged zealots swooping up and taking out the ghost there. Very, very nice for Grubby, sniping out that ghost. Blink Stalkers trying to get a medevac there. One dangerously low, and they do manage to take it out. And TLO is on the ropes right now, but we got some reinforcements. Should be enough. I don't know, though. That's a lot of Colossus plus charged zealots and Blink Stalkers. This is looking a little scary for the little one. If he can defend himself against this, he'll be okay. But if this breaks him, this will be a huge problem. He'll probably lose the game if he doesn't defend against this. So here we go. Big push coming out right now. Blink Stalkers moving forward. We'll be taking out this orbital command, if not anything else, and try to get it burning. Same time, Zealots in the resource line over here, and the little one losing all of his SCVs to those Zealots. That's a problem. He's going to be losing this orbital command. Stimming forward right into a Psy Storm. No good at all. Needs to try to stay back and away from those couple Stalkers, those sacrificing themselves. And this is a little scary actually right now for Grubby. He's a little pinned in the corner, although I'm not sure if the little one has quite enough forces yet. He is continuously reinforcing, again, keeping that macro up, although his resource gathering's got to be pretty dismal right now. Yeah, look at that. Grubby at a distinct advantage over the little one right now. Losing that base was absolutely huge, and it's pretty unbelievable because the little one has done a lot of drops and he has managed to snipe a lot of expansions, but unfortunately the little one lost a ton of SCVs as well as this expansion, and that again was a huge problem. Still hasn't moved out to the high yield, and obviously a big advantage for Grubby is that he has had this high yield up and saturated for a few minutes now, and that's really given him the edge at this point in the game. Still got a few more Colossus in play, sitting primary Charged Zealot and Blink Stalker heavy, sniping down a few of the straggling forces. They're getting sniped from the high ground, but there we go. Colossus finally giving them vision. Need to stay back, though, away from those Vikings. We have a few High Templar mixed into there as well, providing for some blanket storms whenever the time does dictate such. I don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes I just say things, guys. It's no big deal, though. All right, so Grubby sitting at the middle right now. He does have control of those Zell Naga towers. The little one needs to try to re-up his forces before he gets another engagement going through. We can see right now in terms of army supply, the little one is a bit behind Grubby, so really not in a position to engage at this point, especially given all the splash damage that we've got here from Grubby with those Colossus as well as those High Templar, wherever those guys are. There we go, sitting at the back. They are the slowest of the Protoss unit, I believe. I think they are. They're pretty slow. If not the slowest, and they're up there, that's for sure. All right, so little one rallying up his forces right now. Do we have many ghosts in play? We do have 2 ghosts in play. Let's see if he manages to drop any EMPs right now. There's the stim going down. The Blink Stalkers trying to provide that buffer for those Colossus over there. The little one forced to try to kite back. I believe those ghosts were out of position. There's a storm trying to keep the reinforcements at bay right now. The Colossus doing what they can to take out this expansion again. Another storm going down. The Vikings trying to target fire down those Colossus. Most of the ground forces have been taken out, and the little one will be pushing forward, trying to snipe down those Colossus, taking out the rest of those Blink Stalkers. And oh no, Grubby just lost everything. Very, very nice engagement there by the little one, pushing from multiple angles, landing some EMPs there as well, and now it is time for the little one to push out for a counterattack, and let's see how Grubby is able to defend. He's got a few High Templar. He can manage to drop some storms, a couple of Charged Zealots there as well. We've got 4 Colossus coming out. Wow, he's got a lot of Robos in play. That's pretty nuts, but I am expecting a counterattack right now, at least trying to do some damage. Looks like the little one maybe trying to drop into the main with that 1 Ghost and 3 Marauders. Don't know if he's going to try to engage. He does have some more forces actually pushing from this side as well. Pulling back with those, though. Hopefully he grabs the stalker at the tower. Right now, Grubby knows exactly what is going on. We've got 2 observers, one situated over here and one over here. And yes, oh no, that's a zealot sitting over there. So getting ready to hit the little one's expansion when he does move into that fort. The little one hasn't managed to take this high yield expansion, though. And that is certainly an issue. That's probably part of the reason why he's still behind. And yes, he is in terms of the resource gathered right now. He is still a bit behind Grubby, and that's a big issue. Even though he just mopped up all of Grubby's forces in that last engagement, you can see with that huge mineral advantage, Grubby's able to re-up his army very quickly. He does have a lot of High Templar in there, but those need to be wary of any EMPs. The Stalker's trying to go forward, trying to spot where those ghosts are, and here we go, another engagement. Colossus doing what they can for damage. Doesn't look like we have a lot of Vikings up in play. There's a couple Blanket Storms forcing the little one back right there. Not sure what we've got for Vikings. It looks like it is just 2. And oh no, the one Zealot that was situated right there in the 5th expansion moving over here to do a bit of damage. And it looks like, is he going to be blinking up to the high ground? There we go, blinking a few Stalkers up to the high ground. Very nice. He's going to be doing a little bit of damage here to the Econ while his main force is situated right around the middle. There's the scan for the little one, though. Aware of what's going on, and here we go. We do have some cloaked ghosts moving forward. Are they going to get some EMPs? This will be pretty big. Sniping down some of those High Templar. Fantastic. Then dropping an EMP and pushing back the Blink Stalkers. An attempt to do a little bit of damage. We're taken out pretty quickly there by the little one. Very nice response. And we got to be a little bit wary. Yeah, there we go, coming forward with that observer. Those cloak ghosts running into the bulk of your army and then landing EMPs or sniping those High Templar. That's very dangerous, so definitely have to be careful of that. We have a nuke coming through right now for the little one, so he will be attempting to drop a nuke somewhere, likely to be on any weak buildings, or even possibly attempting to force Grubby's units into a position and then land a nuke at it, or drop the nuke to force them away from a certain position. That's actually a really good tactic. You present the nuke, and that forces the army of your opposing player back, and that allows you to maybe even snipe out an expansion or anything like that. We do have a land coming down over here, dropping down with a few Marauders. We do have that ghost there as well. I wonder if that will be what the nuke is for. Another engagement going down. EMP, a lot of Blanket Storms trying to keep those Vikings back right now. The Vikings splitting apart, sniping out one Colossus, and here's that drop going down over here. Very nice. TLO is going to be doing a little bit of damage there. Blanket Storms pushing back most of his forces, and let's see how much damage he can do. Needs a little bit of micro over here. There's an EMP taking out the energy for those Zealots and should be sniping them down. The little one in hot pursuit right now, staying back from those storms, though. A couple Archons attempting to go in, and this is a little scary right now. We do have the ghost situated over here. I wonder when and if that nuke's going to be taking place. Lost a lot of units right there. That was not good at all for the little one. He got a little bit roasted over there. And we all losing that expansion. Grubby losing that 5th base over there. The 6th being at the high yield. Continuing up his push right now. Grubby doing a lot of damage. He's sitting near supply cap 2, and the little one is nowhere near it. So he definitely needs to return the favor. Getting his forces mopped up over there by those charged Zealots, though. And the little one is trying to push back. A storm going down, forcing back the units there. We do have a potential warping going down over here with that Warp Prism. Not sure if that did already take place or not, but still, this has been pretty intense right now. Forcing back those Medivacs there with those Blink Stalkers, and my god, what an engagement between those two players. There's a lot of action going on. Pretty intense, I must say. Taking a look, though, at the income tab, looks like Grubby does still have an advantage in terms of gas minerals. He's a little bit behind. There we go. Starting to work his way back up over the little one. I'm just a little concerned for the little one economically. He has done some he's had some very nice engagements and managed to do quite a bit of damage, but the fact that he's been so far behind economically for so very long is a major concern. And look at this, 119 as opposed to 199 supply, and that is very scary indeed. This is the exact situation that the little one does not want to be in. We've got a couple Colossus. We'll be working on the SCV count over there. The little one trying to push back, but he's forced to take some losses. Really doesn't have any other option over there. And I would really like to see some more Warp Prism play. Not sure if that's going to manage to take place, but what a game so far, guys. What a game indeed. Observer scouting out over here. Looks like the Xel'Naga tower control is going to Grubby right now. Still almost mined out of this expansion, and even though he lost this one over here, got that back up and is working to get that saturated. He's got a nice saturation over here, and yeah, this is a little bit concerning for the little one. Look at how far behind he is. And again, Grubby sitting at supply cap. So here comes a push right now. There we go. This is more than a little scary. This is very, very scary right now for the little one. This is a big, dangerous push. We do have Grubby at supply cap. There is a big EMP going down to the bulk of the Colossus, as well as a few of those Stalkers. And there is the nuke right now. So this is what I was talking about, using that nuke to force the units of Grubby back. So very, very nice placement there. I wonder if he's going to cancel. There we go. Did cancel that as expected. There's a storm keeping the units back. A little surprised, though, that Grubby isn't willing to do a little bit more of engagement. There we go. We'll be using a War Prism to drop a little bit over here. Those two Zelts should be able to take out, actually, no, lifting up. Very nice, lifting up those Marines. But the big thing, though, is that Grubby has managed to keep the little one from expanding into this high yield. That's really the biggest problem. This entire game, the little one has not managed or even attempted to take that high yield for fear of a push with those Colossus and dropping storms on the resource line as well. The little one just deems it a little bit too risky. And here comes a push right now. Another push from Grubby, trying to take out this Expo that is forcing the liftoff here. We get units trying to come in from this side, but the blanket storms dropping down to, again, keep them back. We've got two ghosts pushing forward, getting ready to drop some EMPs. They got two feedbacks. Those ghosts get taken out without any EMPs. That's not good at all for the little one. So turning around right now, lots of Colossus will be roasting these forces. We don't have a lot of Vikings there sniping down that one Colossus. Is that going to be enough, though? It doesn't look like it. Grubby mopping up all of those ground forces, and the little one calling the GG. That was game number 4, guys, and we are right now tied up at 2-2 in this best-of-7 series. Next, of course, is game number 5, so stay tuned for that. As always, guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.